guys, my name is Justina, and I just wanted to bring a couple words today and offer a little bit of hope, because I know right now we're all feeling kind of lost and heavy and wondering what we can do to make a difference. And I first started looking up some verses these past couple weeks about feminism and women in the Bible and how they pertain to us today. And it's kind of led me down a road of women in the Bible who have lost their innocent sons. And at first glance, of course, we think of Mary and Jesus, but there's also Eve with Cain and Abel, and all of the mothers who lost children with Pharaoh and him ordering that, boys 2 and younger are killed, and then Herod as well. And so it seems that there have been, a long line of these women, Job's wife as well, and her sons, and everything else that was happening at that time, even though we don't hear much about her. And I think that it's a point that can really resonate with us right now, and of women, losing innocent children, and not a way that we would ever hope for or expect, but that we're wondering how we make that difference. I'm very fortunate in that I've never lost a child and can't imagine what others go through that have. And I know some very strong mothers that have lost in multiple ways that give me an example of strength every day. But with this, I think that, the question that we're really looking for is, what can we do? And I think the gift of motherhood and of being a female, and these examples of people that Jesus used in the Bible, were not given to us by mistake. And even with all of the sadness of Jesus dying, women were the first ones at the tomb. Women were who he told to go and tell the gospel. And I think that that's such an important point, because he knew, even though we focus a lot of times on, the 12 disciples and there being men, and a lot of men in the Bible that did things for him, these women were who he trusted to spread the good news. And I think right now that with all of this going on, it's really hard sometimes to think, what can I, as a, middle-class white woman, do in this situation, outside of empathy and outside of, just words that really show action. And I find that, we're all still trying to find the answer to that, right? But by, supporting businesses, and by gathering together and not only praying, but also just standing up for those that don't have the same voice, and realizing the gift that God has given us, and not regretting the position that we're being put in, but recognizing our prejudices, and recognizing that our children may not have to go through the same circumstances, but teaching them to love no matter what someone looks like, and to stand up for others, and to really be able to empathize with those people, and know the voice that we have, and use our face and our time in a way that Jesus would, to not only, spread the news about what's happening, but to help educate other people. And there will be people like Thomas who they have to see it, and they have questions, and they doubt, and that's okay, and that if we can continue to all work together, and to picture, our sons, are many times that I've tried to picture my 2 little boys in the face of Jesus and Mary, and watching him, and knowing that he would have done it for just one person. It doesn't matter who that person is, or what their history was, or things they had done in the past, or who they loved, who they were with, that he would have made that sacrifice for them, and that we can go and we can tell others this good news, and we can love them how Jesus has loved them. And I think that that's so important right now, and just with everything going on, whether we agree with something or don't agree, just finding that way to love like Jesus has loved, and to find ways that we can help, and we can use our position for good. So I just wanted to come to you and tell you that, and encourage you, and let you know that there are things that you can do, even though right now we do feel helpless. And please share or comment and let me know what it is that you think is a good idea, and we can join together and find ways to hopefully make a change and make it to where our children don't have to worry about this in the future, and that we can continue to make the world a better place. And just remember about these women, and that Jesus trusted them, and that they were his examples of going and talking and letting other people know that everything was going to be okay. And I hope that we can be an example there with them. Thanks.